Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, that's okay. It's alright, my friend, because bad times don't last forever, because after every storm there is a rainbow. And trust me, my friend, you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, that light in the tunnel, whichever one you prefer. Okay, I just want you to also remember that we have to appreciate them bad times, because them bad times had got us to the good times that we have been manifesting and praying for, and everything is going to be okay. It's going to work out. Keep pushing. Manifestation is real, as well as prayers. Okay, once again, hey y'all, what's up, what's poppin'? If you're new here, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this but true to this, hey y'all, what's up, what's poppin'? First and foremost, I want to say happy New Year's to everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. I hope the holidays treated you guys so well. I hope things fell into your favor. I hope you took the chance on to do the vision boards, also separate yourself from bad energy, as well as learning how to walk away, but most importantly, doing what's for you, popping out when it's necessary, being selfish when it's necessary, and most importantly, taking control of what matters to you. And doing all those things will make you and feel like a better person, because you deserve it. Because as we are now in 2026, I hope and pray that this year gives you everything that you have been manifesting and praying for, as well as giving you things that you've been needing, such as the tools that's needed for you to be successful, anything impacting your mental health, whatever the case may be, going back to school, whatever. I hope that this year you're taking over, but most importantly, taking control of what really matters to you, as well as just taking it one day at a time. Okay? So yes, y'all, we are in the first full week of January, and I'm super excited about that. Not only am I excited that we have made it to 2026, but I'm also excited that this is the first Wednesday of the month. And of course, like, I'm super excited to see how January will be for all of us, not just me. I just want to see how it is for all of us as well, because we work so hard. Like, when you get to a point in life where you work so hard for everything, all you want right now is peace. All you want right now is peace, clarity, happiness, and everything in that nature. So I really hope that 2026 be good to y'all. It be amazing, flourishing, and things of that nature. I know for a fact you're going to do good. Like, you know, we're in the beginning of the year. Like, things are going to happen. We're not going to change overnight. I guarantee you by June, all the things that you didn't like, or you were willing to change for yourself or impacting your personal and professional life, will most definitely flourish. You just have to put in that work and pop out when it's necessary, and make sure that you're following the blueprint. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to say again, well, not first and foremost, well, another thing I want to add is I thank you all so very much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to me or watch me. I really do appreciate that a lot, because no one understands, like, at times it's hard as ever to really listen to someone, not even just listen to someone, but even really want to be in tune with what they have going on, as well as understanding them as a person. So I really appreciate you guys so much for that, because it means so much to me. Like, I really appreciate it. From vibing with E as well as vibing out with guests, I truly appreciate that so much. And speaking about vibing out with guests, y'all, I am proud to announce that vibing out with guests will be returning soon. With that being said, vibing out with guests is officially returning Sunday, January 25th, 2026. I have officially opened my books for you guys to be able to schedule them appointments. Like, schedule those session appointments. I do the group appointments. I do the group sessions. That is up to 3 guests. So that's like a group of guests, like you and your homeboys, homegirls, whatever, can come vibe out. And then I still do the one-on-one vibing out with guest appearances as well. Not only do I do vibing out with guests in person, I also do it on Zoom. I'm super excited to see who will be the first person I'll do a Zoom appearance with, because I see it all the time, like, you know, on the news and stuff, when they do it on Zoom, when they do the interview, stuff like that. I want to do it so bad, but first and foremost, y'all, I do most definitely have to, like, do some test runs and stuff to see if I'm comfortable with it, because when you're so used to doing vibing out with guests, with the guests in person, it'd be like, oh my gosh, like, this is where it's at. But I feel like a vibe is a vibe, regardless if it's in person or like how you guys are listening or watching me. If we're not in person, whatever the case may be, the vibe is still there and it's still going to be pure, especially if the person, you know, is pouring out things that they never poured out before, or just being really cool, calm, and collect for real. So yeah, y'all. So yes, Vibing Out with Guests is officially returning Sunday, January 25th, 2026. And I cannot wait to bring you more real conversations, powerful stories, and inspiring voices. So returning guests, you guys are most definitely welcome. To any new guests, please come through, and to the future guests, please come through as well. So yes, please fill out the guest appearances forms today to be considered for any upcoming sessions. This space is intentional. Like the space is intentional, it's supportive, but most importantly, it roots like the connection that we build inside and outside, but also in front of the mic and off the mic. Another thing too, y'all, Vibing Out with Guests will turn 1 year old Saturday, February 14th, 2026. That's Valentine's Day. I'm super excited about that. I low-key am nervous because my goal, if y'all remember, like months ago, was for Vibing Out with Guests to have at least 30 appearances before its 1 year anniversary. However, I think I can still do it, and regardless of if it don't make 30 or not, I'm still satisfied with the 28 guest appearances that I have. And I thank you all so very much that took the time out of your busy day to even do a guest appearance session with me. Like, that was super dope. I appreciate you all so very much, and I hope you all are doing well. Okay. So yes, y'all, I cannot wait, because Vibing Out with Guests is proof that every story, no matter where it starts, has the power to inspire others. And this series will continue to grow. And every episode is a reminder of why we start real conversations that inspire, uplifts, and connects to others. Okay. But yes, y'all, Happy New Year's once again, Happy New Year. I hope you're entering this season feeling hopeful, open, and ready for whatever this new chapter holds. And if you're still easing into the new year, that's okay. Like, you know, this is the first official week. It's okay. Like, we still have more days to go and months ahead of us. And new beginnings don't require the pressure. They require being present. Like, you know, there's not a lot of pressure within doing your new beginnings, but you have to be present within doing these new beginnings. As well as, this is a reminder that you don't have to rush to become you don't have to rush to become what you already are. Like, you don't have to do that. You're enough. Okay, you're enough in this rising cycle that you are in your life right now. And as we step into a brand new year, our January theme is rest and reset, stepping boldly into the new level that invites you to reflect, realigning and moving forward with intentions. This is about shedding old energy, resetting your mindset, and choosing to rise with clarity, confidence, and purpose. A reset doesn't mean starting over. It means starting aligning. This week's challenge, y'all, I want y'all to take time to intentionally set the tone for your year. Write down three intentions you want to carry into this season. Not goals to feel like you're pressuring yourself or anything that you want to achieve, but I want to see, like, how do you, like, for feelings wise, like feeling what you want to embody, and ask yourself, how can I do this? Like, how will I show up for myself? How will I make sure that I'm continuing to be on the right track? As well as, how do I know this is going to fulfill me throughout the rest of 2026? And also, you know, let your instincts guide your decisions, your energy, and your boundaries. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, we are on the 30th newsletter. That is super dope, and that's super amazing to enter the first Wednesday of the month with 30 newsletters. Like, that is super, super dope. I forgot to even say that, y'all. Oh my gosh, I was so deep into, like, letting y'all know that Vibing Out with Guests is most definitely coming back. I forgot to tell y'all that we have reached 30 newsletters, and please do not hesitate to sign up for the weekly newsletters. All you have to do is click the link tree in my bio, or wherever way you listen to me. The link is in every bio that I have on YouTube. Any way you listen to me and stuff, just click the link tree, and then you'll see a box that says sign up for weekly newsletters, and all you have to do is enter your email, and once you do that, I will see it, and you will automatically be on the list for the weekly newsletters. Like, oh my gosh, y'all, we really moving and grooving. Like, I'm super, super excited. Like, I'm super, super excited about it. Like, I just forgot about that. Like, wow. I just dawned on me until I was like, oh snap, I didn't even tell y'all how many newsletters we are in so far. But yes, I am super thankful and appreciative of that. And without you guys' support, I don't even think I would still be continuing to give y'all weekly newsletters. So I really appreciate it, and I thank you all so very much again. So now let's get into the nitty gritty of today, because it's Wednesday and it's a vibe, and every vibe of the day is something special, just like you guys. So let's get into it. Vibing with E weekly vibe check, where meaningful conversations meet growth and real live conversations. So for today, Wednesday, January 7th, 2025, 2026, excuse me, y'all, 2026, this weekly drop will be all about new energy, new intuition, setting the tone for the year. And this is episode 137. So to start off the first Wednesday of the year, we have made it to 137 episodes, as well as we have made it to 30 newsletters. So we are making some progress. Please, y'all, this one thing I will say, one thing for certain and two things for sure, I will not stare you wrong within. Please celebrate them small wins, regardless of how small it is. I don't care if it's so small that people may not think it's worth it. Celebrate the wins, because no one knows how hard it was for you to get to that point in your life, and nobody knows how hard it was for you to even get into what you're doing. Like, this is something that I will be celebrating with myself, that I have made it to 30 newsletters, as well as making it to 137 episodes. I try to celebrate as much as possible with every episode that I drop, because it's something that it keeps me going. Not only does it keep me going, I always say that if I cannot help a lot of people, long as I can help someone. And that's how I feel within my profession as a soon-to-be social worker. If I can't help a lot of children, long as I can help one children in need, and I know I'm doing something right. Because at times we cannot always help everyone. Like superheroes cannot always save the day, and hustlers, sometimes we always can't hustle and nick and dime everything. But long as we can handle them things that we can handle, we good. But yes, one thing I want y'all to do this year is, please, first and foremost, please celebrate the wins. Because like I said, this year's theme, we're still gonna talk about mental health, but I'm gonna jazz up a little bit with us really like getting deep into expressing, and not only just expressing, but deep diving into the brighter things, the finer things in life, instead of like always the dippy downer moments and stuff. I'm not a dippy downer person. I can't stand it. I can't do it. I like to feel good. I want to be around feel good vibes. I want to be around people that's really, on the same level stuff as me. So yeah, so this theme for this month is also going to be impacting about, mental health and stuff regardless, because this whole podcast is about education and wellness, and I'm most definitely going to give y'all the insights on that. But we still can have fun while you're learning, as well as learning more about your wellness will make it even more fun as well. So yeah, so this month's theme, January's theme, is rise and reset. And it's stepping boldly into the new year. So this is where you're taking over. So think of this theme of like, okay, I'm taking over what's mine. I'm taking what I need. I'm taking back hope for me. I'm starting my new normal in my life. Like, I'm doing what's necessary for me. Being selfish when it's necessary, popping out when it's necessary, and just doing what I have to do for myself. Okay? So I think I said the three, we being selfish, pop it out what's necessary, and taking control of what's necessary in our lives. Okay, so that impacts with this month's theme with rise and reset, stepping boldly into the new year, because this is the new year. You got some new stuff popping off, and you deserve to have that new feeling, that new vibe, and all that new energy and stuff going around. And I manifest and pray that this month, and as well as this year, again, will be nothing but amazing to you. New beginnings, new focus, new results, new boundaries, new everything for y'all, because you deserve it. And no one knows how hard it was for you to deal with the things you had to deal with last year and the years before that. Okay, so yes, y'all, we have made it to 137 episodes, and this vibe of the day is about new energy, new intentions, setting the tone for the year. This week's episode is all about starting the year with clarity and purpose. We're talking about how to release old patterns, embrace new energy, and intentionally setting the tone for the year ahead. This conversation is not about perfection or unrealistic results. It's about alignment, self-awareness, and choosing what truly serves you in this next chapter. So in this episode, we will cover these main points to help you understand why is this important to you and how will this impact you in your life. Excuse me. So how to reset your mindset without overwhelming yourself. The power of intentions over pressure filled results. Letting go of last year's energy with grace. How to align your habits with who you are becoming, and creating a tone for the year that supports peace, growth, and balance. So this is all about a feel good moment. Like I said, we popping out, we taking control, and we're being selfish of what is ours now. We're taking control of things that we probably did not take control of, and now we're doing that in the beginning of the year, so that when June and July stuff come, like during the mid year, we'll be good to go. So this episode is a reminder that new energy begins with intentional choices, and you get to decide how this year unfolds. Okay? So I'm glad you guys are tuned in for this empowering and grounded conversation to help you start the year feeling focused, aligned, and ready to use. And ready to be used and on the rise. Okay? And this week's quote of the week is rush your energy, rise into alignment, the rest will follow. And that once again is reset your energy, rise into alignment, the rest will follow. Okay? And until next time for the next newsletter, which will be newsletter 31, until the next vibe from the one and only E, the host of Vibing with E LLC, and the trademark owner of Vibing with E. Ha ha. It's just so funny now to say that, and when I see it on paperwork, I be like, oh, this is serious. Like this is a serious matter. Like this is not a game. Like I'm the real deal now. Like come on now, y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, I know y'all probably looking like, oh my gosh, it's so funny. Like all down you're controlling with the MacBook. Yes, y'all. I do have my iPad, but I was like, everything is right here. Like the recording, the stuff, the soundboard, everything is right here. So why not just have everything on the MacBook? Easy, simple for me. Easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl type stuff. So yeah. So now let's get into it, y'all. If you're new here, once again, welcome. And for the ones that's not new to this, but true to this, y'all already know what we about to get into. So first and foremost, as always, I want you guys to sit back, relax, enjoy hearing my voice, whether you're on the go, on the moving around, or whatever the case may be, or just lounging. I want you to sit back, relax, enjoy hearing my voice, because as always, every vibe of the day, every wellness lesson of the day, as well as every vibing out with guest appearance is something special, okay? So turn me up on your PCs, your phones, your speakers, your MacBooks, your iPads, your Alexas, your Googles, whatever, because like I said, as always, every vibe of the day is something special, okay? And if you're new here, let me break it down to you like this. I break down every vibe of the day as well as wellness lesson of the day with reintroducing the vibe of the day. I break down the vibe of the day within the definition, the 5 W's. I repeat the quote of the week, having it as the quote of the day. And I have a thank you for tapping in little note to also help you understand more of the vibe of the day. Okay? So yeah, y'all, let's get into it. So once again, we have made it to 137 episodes, and today's vibe of the day is new energy, new intention, setting the tone of the year. So I want you guys to really just take a few minutes and for a few seconds or whatever, and just think like new energy, new intentions. What am I going to do to set the tone for your year? Like, what am I going to do to set the tone for this year? And what I think I've made an error, y'all, but I'm about to see. So let's see what we did here. Yep, I'm good. So yeah, this is basically all about you. Like, what do you want to see? What's tone? What's the vibe that you want to give off for the year? Like, what is the main purpose and what is the main energy and vibe you want to give off? First and foremost, I'm gonna give y'all a little insight for me, and I'm gonna let y'all think while I speak about it. Because another thing too, y'all, if y'all new here, I try to make every vibe of the day and wellness lesson and vibing out with guest conversation feel as though that we're having a conversation, even though we're not in person. And to have you thinking like, oh, I ain't thinking like that. Like, right, true. It's like when you watch TV or you listen to something, it's like you agree with it and you feel like you connect with that person. So that's how I make the episodes fun, as well as help people understand a little bit more of like what's going on. So I would say this. Hold on, y'all. I had to back my camera tripod up because I feel like I'm going to kick it, and when I kick it, it's going to fall over and I'm going to be so scared. So when it comes to setting the tone for your year, for me, how I want to set the tone for my year is to come in cool, calm, and collect as possible. Even though I might be going through some things, personal things in my personal life, I'm doing what is necessary for me to have that cool, calm, and collect piece of this year for myself. And with that being said, y'all, I will say this, and I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. It's nothing wrong with going to therapy and getting help. It's nothing wrong with talking to someone that went to school to deal with anything within human and health services. Trust me, as a social worker that's working with children and wants to fully work with children in the school environment, trust me, you never know how much of a relief that they can be to you. And like I say too, if I cannot help a lot of people, as long as I help someone, that goes to show that I'm doing something right. Because we could even be like, even the OGs in the human health professions cannot always help everyone that come their way. And maybe the new fresh, they say fresh meat, like when you were a freshman, they can help you, or the seasonal, it all depends on what can you give to them, like what energy and stuff can you give to them. And that's what I'm on this year. The vibes that I want to give off this year, what I want to set the tone for this year, is to be cool, calm, and collect. Within my personal life, I need to be cool, calm, and collect as much as possible, because I have a lot going on. Like pushing the podcast as a whole will be 3 years old in June. Vibing out with guests will be 1 in February, as well as the Wellness Lessons 101 turns 2 years old. It has been a minute, so like I have a lot going on, as well as being in grad school. Like I graduate in May this year, May 15th. I'm super excited about that, but it really haven't dawned on me because I feel like it went so fast. And like 2025, like I still have that like, I know I'm not the only one sometimes that still write 25, and I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta write 26. So it's like a lot of things really is like still helping me set the tone. But I will say that 2025 did motivate me and mold me to be able to enter 2026, regardless of like what happened, like what's happening in my life. Like I'm still learning as I go, but I'm also setting the boundaries for myself. That's one thing, that's one tone that I want to set for myself, is setting the boundaries and let alone doing what's for me. That's going back into that popping out, taking control, and being selfish. Those 3 things, those 3 topics is really, those 3 mottos, that's what we're gonna call it. Those 3 mottos has really been on like my roster for setting the tone for me this year, because I want to take control of everything that I need to do for me. Like, don't get me wrong, when you are the person that is out there for everyone and stuff, continue being that. But you cannot pour from an empty cup, y'all. I say this all the time. If you're new here, I'm really big on like, I can't pour into an empty cup for someone else if I don't have nothing in my cup. I got to make sure that my cup is filled and stuff before I can give it to you. And I think about like the cup and stuff like The Sims. If you ever played The Sims, like if they don't have the energy and stuff, if they got to do daily things, they can't do for no one else. So they have to make sure that you're fully prioritize before I could give it to someone else. Especially too, like I want to be happy. I want to be more happy. Like I want to do some things I never really did. I'm growing up each and every day. Like, each and every day you're growing up. You may not think so, but you're changing, and something of you is changed. Like you're learning something new every day, and I learn something new about myself every day from others, or mainly just from myself, on what I can take and what I cannot take. Like some people would laugh and say like some people get annoyed with their self, and one thing I got annoyed with was always holding on to things. I'm like, look, I'm trying to feel good. I'm trying to have a good time. I'm trying to try new things. Like, this is the tone that we're setting up. I'm taking control. I'm popping out. And also, like, I'm being selfish when it's necessary for me. Yes, I'm still going to be the same E that's giving, caring, cool, calm, and collect. But I also need to set that tone for this year, but also follow it. And do what's necessary for me. If I gotta get that help, such as going to therapy, I'm gonna need to try new hobbies to help me also understand who I am, to most definitely help me set the tone for how I want things to go. So I want you guys to think of it like this: as you set the tone for this year, for your year, make sure that you set the tone that's really necessary and that you're going to follow. And if you need somebody to help you be accountable, that's where the human and health service professionals come in also to help you. But if you got an amazing, dope support group behind you, family, system, whatever, support, whatever like that, have them also help you be accountable. Don't be afraid to have others help you be accountable for your stuff. Trust me, it's okay, because this year, like I said, this is the new energy, new intentions. You're setting the tone for your year, and whatever you need to do that, my friend, I'm here for it, because like you deserve it. Especially for my friends that had like been saying that 2025 was not the year for me. I promise you 2026 is going to be different from you, because one thing I've learned, that if one year have did some damage, the next year is not. It's like, every day the sun won't shine. That's why you're supposed to love tomorrow. Because, things are going to happen. Bad times not going to last forever, because after every storm there's a rainbow. Like, spoiled milk, like you can replace it. Everything could be replaced and it be able to be fixed. As well as too, like we always say, we want to go back to our old life. Sometimes we need to leave that alone and just embrace this new life, this new chapter in our life, and be able to enjoy it as much as possible. And that's what it packs within a new energy and new intentions. You're setting a tone for your year, regardless of how big or small it is. And also, don't forget to please celebrate those wins, them big, them small accomplishments, because no one knows how hard it was for you to even get to this milestone or even reach this milestone in your life. So keep going. Even if you gotta brag about it, do what you gotta do, be conceited, whatever the case may be, but make sure you're feeling comfortable within it and you're comfortable in your skin, because this year is all about you. This year is all about you feeling good, looking good, doing better, just feeling good, living better, rocking my job. If you're from the city, you know what I'm talking about. That's Lil Scooter. Oh Lord. But yeah, you gotta do what's for you. Like I said too in a couple episodes ago, where I'm from, we have a song, like this is the artist, I cannot think of his name, y'all, but he wrote a song about dancing pain away. If you listen to the song, like he gone through a lot, and the thing to help him set the tone for him to let go of all that negative energy, he dances pain away. He got his problems, but he gonna dance his pain away. So I want y'all to do that. Think of those type of things, because as we are entering 2026, your new energy, your new intentions is for you to set the tone for you. Do what's necessary for you, my friend. Like a video I put on the Instagram page and my TikTok page, as we enter 2026, I want you to be selfish. I want you to pop out. I want you to take control of your life, because you matter and everything you do matters. So do what's necessary for you, and don't let nothing or no one try to dim your light, because you are in control of the ship, whatever you want to call it. And don't let no one tip your crown, and don't let nobody dim your day. That's one thing that I had to learn and still learn. Like, I cannot let nobody control me. Words and stuff, I say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words are not going to hurt you. Not gonna lie, at a time it's going to hurt you because of how it's being said, especially if it's from someone that you care for. Now me, if somebody I don't really care for, that's not nice to say, but if I don't really deal with them like that, I don't care. Like, I could really care less what you think. But if it's somebody that I really care for, it's going to hurt for a while. And sometimes you do have to take the time to really step back from people, and that's okay. Stuff happens. You are entitled to have your space, especially when you have things going on. Don't, feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. No, sometimes we need time for ourselves to really think and align, because sometimes if we let our inner thoughts take control, it may ruin stuff. And like I'm big on too, don't end things. Don't end things on a bad slate. Even as a relationship, friendships, family relationships, whatever, just don't end on bad terms. Even within jobs, don't end on bad terms, because you never know if you may need them and they may need you again. So yeah, so that's our little rant, y'all. So yeah, I hope y'all really into it and y'all excited, because let's get into it deeper. Okay, so the definition: what does new energy really mean as you begin a new year? Basically, like I said, like, what does that mean for you? Like, what is your new energy? Like, going back to the saying, new year, new me, what energy are you trying to produce? Like, what new energy are you trying to produce into your life that you want it to grasp and hold on to? Like, what is the energy? What's the vibe? Like, what are you really trying to do within this new year? So new energy means intentionally choosing how you want to show up in this new chapter of your life. It's not about erasing the past or pretending last year didn't happen. It's about acknowledging what you have carried and deciding what no longer needs to come with you. New energy is rooted in awareness, alignment, and honesty with yourself. Setting new intentions, meaning you're no longer moving on autopilot. You're choosing clarity over chaos, presenting over pressure, and alignment over compression. When you set the tone and intentionally, you give yourself permission to grow at your own pace, grounded, focused, and as a whole. So basically, like what I said, y'all, like, even though we're stepping into this new chapter of our life, this new year of our life, we are not going to erase everything that happened to us. Like, if last year was not our year, we're not going to erase it. We're going to appreciate. Like I say, bad times don't last forever. After every storm there's a rainbow. But after every storm there's a rainbow, and you're getting closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, lining, tunnel, whichever one you prefer. But when you get to that point you want to get to, I want you to always remember and appreciate them bad times, because they molded us and they grounded us into the times that we are living in now. For example, like I had some moments of 2025 that hurt me, like even too towards the end of 2025, seeing a big change within the ones you love and stuff. It hurted me. But not only did it hurt me, it made me who I am. It molded me, and it helped me learn more about it instead of like worrying so much. Because I get it, when we have so much on our plate, we don't really take the time to really think and sit back and listen and unfold what's going on. We're so quick to go crazy instead of like embracing the good things out of it. And one thing I say, like, having people in your corner that's there for you and is genuine, keep them there and love on them and have as much fun with them as necessary. Please appreciate them and do not let them fall through the cracks because they were there, or whatever case may be. Appreciate and love on them, okay? So like within this new energy, within the new year, we are setting the boundary, setting the tone for what is necessary for us. Like, what are we really wanting the new year to be like? We're not erasing our past. We're not. We're just taking control of things that we want to go. We're on a level of we feeling good. I want to feel good. I want to pop out and show y'all something. I'm on a whole new level of growth, maturity, and most importantly, I want to flourish into everything I'm doing within my craft, within my personal life and my professional life. This is what it's saying, because when you set that intentional tone for yourself, you give yourself permission to grow at your own pace, grounded, focused, and whole. When you give yourself that space and you're in, I want to say you are in your healing journey, or you're on a journey that you're willing to succeed and be better and do better things. This is when you give yourself the permission to grow at your own pace. Take it one day at a time. Don't rush it, because I always say too, like, if I rush it, this is not going to go well. And sometimes we be like, I wish it would hurry up. But I will say this, the longer the process is, the more and more you're learning about yourself, as well as learning within the process, learning what you can take, what you cannot take, and learning what your strongest points and what your weakness points is. Like, y'all never forget when I graduated out of high school and I was eager to go to college. I went to college when the pandemic. I went to community college. I wanted that process to be over so bad, because learning online was not for me. It was like I couldn't do it. And going back and thinking about that process, I did mess up within rushing, because I really did enjoy it. But it's okay. I learned from it, because when I transferred to Morgan State University to do my 2.5 years with them, I enjoyed every bit of it. Yes, I'm going to complain. Me and my friends be like, okay, we ready to hurry this up. You know, when you in your senior year and you about to get out the door, you like, let's hurry it up. But even when me and my friends was like, we want to hurry up, we still was enjoying each other. We still was enjoying like going to the library. We still was enjoying going to happy hour. We still was enjoying our life, period. We wasn't letting these papers and stuff like just like make us or break, wasn't going to break us. We wasn't letting that discourage us, because we knew at the end of the day, regardless that we work so hard, we need to give ourselves that love that we deserve. We need to love on ourselves, celebrate it, because no one knows how hard it is for us to do these papers, go to internship, work with whatever population, and still come home and do whatever else with our lives. Nobody knew it. And that's why I'm really big on too, now that I'm in grad school, I'm enjoying everything at its pace. I'm taking the time to enjoy it, because it's helping me to be grounded. It's helping me be grounded within everything I'm doing, as well as for you within anything you have going on in your life, my friends. I want you to understand that, be grounded, and also be locked in, be focused, regardless if you're at school or not, or whatever you have going on, a new chapter in your life. I want you to be grounded, be focused, and most of all, be whole. But most importantly, be present in the moment and enjoy the moment as much as possible, because right now we are in this time where the new energy, like, what does it really mean for the beginning of the new year? Like, how do you want it to go? You know, we still gonna pop out, we still gonna take control, and we're still gonna be selfish, but we also, for all that to happen, we need to be focused, need to be grounded as a whole, and also be present in the moment, and don't let these things just go away. Because the more and more that we show up for ourselves, this new energy is going to be rooted in awareness, alignment, and honesty within ourselves. And once we are able to understand it, have the clarity and things of that nature, this is nothing to us. Because like I said too, once June, July, and those times come, it'll be like, dang, I set this tone for myself, and I continue to set this tone. Yes, it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be bumps in the road. Trust my friend, it's going to be bumps in the road. But you get up on your high horse and start all over. You know, dust yourself off and try again. You know, you're going to keep keep on going, keep on going. You know, this train gonna keep on rolling, because one monkey ain't gonna stop no show. Okay? So we're going to keep on going and keep on going. We're going to keep on moving, and we're not going to stop. Because once you're setting them new intentions, it's meaning you're no longer moving on autopilot. You on all gas, no brakes, my friend. And I cannot wait to see and hear you guys' experience, because you deserve it. Like, this is especially for my friends that had a hard year with 2025 and previous years. This is the year for you to take control and take everything in your power. Pop out when necessary. Take control, be selfish, but also be present in the moment with grounding and having a clear understanding of what is going on, as well as being focused on what your journey is and how you want it to be within this chapter of your life. Okay? So, who is impacted? Who needs to hear this message the most? Like I just said, this mainly impacts with my people that had a rough time. But of course, this impacts with everyone, from students, from the little kids, the students, the young adults, the older adults, everyone, regardless of what title that you hold, you as a human being, period, this is for you. Everyone stepping into the new year, especially those ones who feel pressure to have to figure it all out. This is a big one. This message is for people who feel hopeful but cautious, excited yet tired, ready for change but unsure where to start. It's essential for those coming off a heavy year, navigating transformations, healing, or rebuilding confidence. If you have been carrying old explanations, self-doubt, or exhaustion to the new year, this message reminds you that you get to rest without guilt and rise without rushing. Now, let's talk about the point where what I said, for especially those who who feel pressure to have it all figured out. Let me say this. The song instantly just came in my head from the TikTok song. Let it all work out. It's okay not to have everything all figured out. Trust me. At my age, I'm like in my early, pushing to my mid, like y'all, I'm right there at the mid 20s. Like this year, I'll be in my mid 20s. Like the middle of it. So please, when I tell you this, it's okay not to have it all figured out. Trust me, when I was growing up, they used to say, like, once you hit 25, you should be in your prime of doing something in your life. That's not always going to happen for us. And that's okay, long as you're doing something. Because when we are stuck in this stagnant of saying, like, we supposed to have everything all figured out, it's not going to happen. Trust me, it's not going to happen. Like, we have to sacrifice some things before we can have things all figured out. And at times, we're not going to have it all figured out, especially at 25, 30, whatever. But long as we pushing the pen to the paper and putting the metal to the, pedal to the metal, there it is. That's all that matters. And I know a couple people that always would say, like, I don't have it all figured out. Like, I feel pressure. Like, I don't have it all figured out right now. Take it one day at a time and learn from yourself, as well as don't beat yourself up about it. Because the more and more you beat yourself up, the more and more you're not giving yourself that intention for you to have that new energy, the new intentions, as well as setting the tone for your new year. You know, at times we're not going to have everything all figured out. Like for me, I don't have certain things all figured out, but I know by the grace of God, it's going to be that's going to work out. Because I'm all going to let it work out regardless. Like, look how far I've come. Like that, like the other TikTok song, like, I've came so far. I cannot let nothing or no one stop me. Like, you gotta embrace what you have right now. And when you're able to focus on the part in your life that you want to have figured out, you do that. But right now, enjoy everything as much as possible and learn as much as possible. Be the sponge to absorb everything that's going on in your life and what's around you. Don't have yourself feeling like you on autopilot, as well as you can't take your foot off the gas to take off, like your foot off the brake to put on the gas to take off. We have to be able to understand that everything is not going to work in our favor right away. Especially to another thing, I feel like in society, when we see others, our peers that's in our same age range or whatever, we feel like they got it all figured out. But behind closed doors, they probably don't. And one thing about social media, you could be anybody and put anything out on there. But one thing I've learned too, you can't let the media define who you are. You can't do that. As well as you can't define everyone on the media, because we all live in a world where we have to do what's necessary for us. We have to do what's necessary for us. So we have to stop with that. We think that we have to have it all figured out when it's not. I had that same type of vibe. When I even started college, like, okay, I'm gonna have it all figured out. I'm gonna get all these degrees. I'm gonna jump in the field. I didn't know. Like, I didn't really know much of the social work field when it came to the licensures, exams. I didn't know. But I did figure out this. I gotta take it slow. And I gotta set the tone for this year to understand that it's going to all work out in my favor. But when it's my time, I need to learn as much as I need to learn, as well as enjoy everything as much as possible. And my friend, I want you to understand this. Do not have that saying, have it all figured out, because it's not going to happen. We're all not going to have everything figured out. Even our parents sometimes didn't have things all figured out at our age. So, we got to appreciate what we have right now and enjoy it, but live in the moment. And I also said too in the video I did, do it like it's your B-day every day. Like, find the joy within your life. I understand things are going to happen. We're going to have those bad times, but they are not going to last forever. We have to see the good of things to be happy. With the path I'm on, y'all, you can tell if you're watching the video on YouTube, or you can hear it in my tone. Like, I'm right now, I just want to be happy. I'm learning how to be happy again. I'm learning to feel appreciative of what I have and what's going on in my life right now. Because when you're being so hard on yourself and beat yourself up, as well as trying to push the metal to the pedal, it's not going to work. Enjoy life while you can. Take the time to be able to absorb everything, and when you're ready to talk to people, when you're in that good headspace, do so, but don't rush it. So yeah. But yes, like I said too, this is also for the people who feel cautious, excited yet tired, ready for change but unsure where to start. I'm gonna tell you right now, my friend, when it comes to the unsure where to start part, I want you to start as soon as possible when you feel like, okay, I'm ready to do this, and don't turn back on it. Once you take your foot off the gas and put your foot off the brake and put it on the gas to take off, my friend, I promise you, I don't want you looking back. I don't want you turning back. I want you to enjoy every minute of it. Yes, it's going to be hiccups in that situation. It's going to be hiccups within it. But enjoy it as much as possible, because you deserve it. You deserve to have everything coming into your favor. You deserve to be having that moment where, at first, I was once lost but now I'm found moment. Be happy, but also be grateful within it, because you never know what could happen for you. And like the saying, the sky's the limit, but I feel like it's no limits when you are willing to do what you need to do. When you want something in your life, you go for it and you take control of it and you do it. And you pop out when necessary when you want the people to know what you're doing. You don't have to broadcast everything. Leave a mystery to people. Do what's necessary for you, my friend, because you got this, and no one knows how hard it was for you to get to where you are in your life. As well as to my people that say they're excited but yet tired. It's okay to be tired. I understand that. It's okay. But how long are you going to let that weak energy take control of your excitement? When are you going to put all that excitement into you being less tired? Trust me, in the process of us doing everything, it is tiring. Like, y'all, like going back to school I was not ready. I want another vacation. I want another break. I was hoping, and I was like, let me get another week, but I couldn't. I was excited to see my students again, but I was like, I'm tired too. But in the midst of it, I want you to see this. Even when this moments in your life is tiring, surround yourself with people and things that make it even more exciting for you, especially if you're in that space where you're excited and you're ready for things to happen. Let that take control, and don't let that weak, tiring side take control of you. Trust me, my friends, do so in this point in your life when you're setting the tone for the year. Take them breaks as necessary. Do not take them breaks when you feel like burnout and everything is coming. Take it even when you're happy. Like, hey, I'm happy, I got some time, let me take a break real quick. Let me go on vacation. Let me go on a little 3-week vacation, whatever. Do that. But don't let that tiring energy take control of your happiness. As well as if you feel cautious, I get it, we feel cautious about everything, I know I do, but try it first and then see what's the cautions of it, like the red flags of like, I gotta be real careful, be cautious about it. Okay, just take control of it so we can stop having having to carry that old expectations, that self-doubt, or that exhaustion in the new year, because this is to remind you that you're going to get to reset without being guilty, and reset without rushing what you want to do, what you want to see in your life. Enjoy the ride and take advantage of it, and also practice things that's going to help you in the long run to feel happy, because it is essential for those to come off. Like, it's essential to be cautious, to be excited and tired, and also be ready for a change but unsure. And you have to change that to navigate within having this as your healing journey. You're in your healing, your spiritual, whatever journey, as well as also you're navigating and transferring into a healing or rebuilding confidence for yourself. Think of turning all the negatives into a positive. Everything that drains you and killed your vibe, you are now turning it into positive things. You're not thinking of negative things anymore. Negative things, negative people can't even sit at your table. They can't even come to your doorstep. They can't even come nowhere near you. They won't even be a thought in your head. Okay? I want you to think of it like that. Don't let nothing or anyone try to stare or dim your day. Trust me, I am a person. It took me a while to let things go, because like I have to vent about it first. Let me vent about my frustration, then I could be like, okay, now I'm back. Okay, now I'm out of that. I'm in a good space. I'm over that. I ain't worried about that. So yeah, you gotta think of things that's meant for you and that's necessary. Okay. So this also impacts with like, what's the benefit? What happens when you set intentionals instead of forcing results? First and foremost, when you set intentions, that is for you to understand, like, okay, this is helping me guide you instead of rushing to focus on the results, like the solution and stuff. No, when you set the intentions, it's helping you to understand that, okay, I'm taking my time with this. I'm slowly but surely taking my time. I'm going to work through it and make sure that I can do it on my pace instead of rushing to see the results, because as I rush to see the results to what is the solution, I'm going to be like, I didn't enjoy it, as well as I didn't stand tall and firm on my new energy, my new intentions, as well as setting the tone for this year for me. So I got to make sure that I'm setting my intentions to be pure and not rushing to see be forcing and to be focusing on the resolution of what's going on. So when it comes to that, when you set intentions, you create space for growth without the burnout. That's basically saying, you're taking it one day at a time. You seeing and you learning from what's going on. Intentions help you stay connected to how you feel, not just what to achieve. This approach reduces overwhelm, increase self-awareness, and strengthen emotional balance. Instead of quitting on yourself when life shifts, intention allows flexibility, grace, and consistency. You begin to move with clarity, make better decisions, and show up more aligned because your energy is rooted in purpose and not pressure. Your energy is rooted in purpose, not pressure. That mainly impacts with like the benefit of what happens when you set intentions instead of forcing resolutions. This is what sticks out the most. Your energy is rooted in purpose and not pressure. When you pay attention and to understand that your energy is rooted in your purpose and you're not pressuring yourself, that also goes back to you being able to create a space for you before it be burned out. Your intentions are pure, and make sure that everything that you're doing is pure too. Don't wait till things get intention and heated for you to set those boundaries for yourself, to create the space for you to grow. You can have growth without being burnt out. Intentions are going to help you stay connected to how you want to feel. Going back into you're able to take control, pop out what is necessary, and be selfish. That impacts with your that impacts with you creating the new energy, the new intentions to set the year off for you, as well as it helps you to not only want to feel, but what you want to achieve. All the good stuff that you want to achieve, my friend. Growth impacts with it, as well as your peace. Your energy is rooted in peace, and your energy is rooted in purpose and not pressure for your peace. Point blank, period. When you're able to have this going on in your life, the approach is different. All that being overwhelmed and frustration, anxiety, depression, all that's out the window, because now that you have this in your life, you reduce all of that. Now you are on cloud 9. Instead of quitting on yourself when life give you lemons and you make lemonade and all that, no, make a cake out of it. Make something, be creative, be different. When life really shifts in it, think about the things that are going to make sense for you. Like, what is your intentions? What is your core value of what you want things to do for you, how you want things to go for you. As well as, like when you have those intentions, you have flexibility in your life. So much flexibility on how you do it because you're taking control of it. The grace, you're giving yourself grace that you haven't gave yourself previous years. You're giving it to yourself now. And you're most importantly being consistent in how you want your new energy, your new intentions to set the tone of this year for the vibes that are necessary for you. The more and more you begin to walk with clarity, you're going to run to make better decisions in your life and show up more. Show up more. That part right there is you being able to show up more for yourself is so needed because it helps you be aligned within the real world and tapping into yourself because your energy is rooted in your purpose and it's not pressure. You're doing what's necessary for you, but you're also taking that oath of saying, okay, I'm putting my attentions, I'm putting it to the test. I'm doing what's necessary for you. I have the flexibility. I'm able to reduce all those feelings that I had, but also I am being able to show up more for myself because now I have the flexibility. I'm going to have grace and I'm going to be confident within it and making sure that I'm going to achieve what I have to achieve because my energy is rooted in my purpose, and it's not by pressure because I'm not going to pressure myself no more. I'm enjoying everything that comes with this journey as well as I'm letting it be how it's going to be without no one or nothing trying to tear me down because no one knows how hard it was for me to even start over. Not even just start over. Start this new chapter in my life. We're going to say a new chapter. We're not going to start over because when you start over, it's like you're forgetting everything in the past. That's not the case. Even when you reset yourself in life, you're starting over for a clean slate of new things. Yes, you're still going to keep those things that happened in the past, but there are lessons in this. There are lessons and blessings for you. Like, I will never forget, I was on TikTok, y'all. This lady was like, we always speak on the good blessings, but we never really think of the bad ones because even those bad blessings were low-key good blessings for us because certain things were not for us. And we got to look at things like that. As we set the new energy, the new intentions, setting the tone for this year for ourselves, certain things are not for us, as well as some people are not for us. And that's okay. That's all right. Because even though it may be bad, low key is good too, because it's still helping us and it's helping us understand what's for us when it comes to the new intentions, the energy, the vibes that we want to set the new year, to set the tone for our new year. Trust me, it's now, I hope it's now clicking with someone. I hope it's clicking. It's like, okay, E, you got me. We locked in. I understand. And okay, well, I'm on this. So when should you reset your energy and set the tone for your year? I want to say this, as we are in the first full week of January, started in January. The beginning of the year, like the very beginning of the year, like you have your vision boards, New Year's resolutions, whatever, your new intentions. If y'all do the weekly challenge, whatever the case may be, do it right away. We are setting the tone for the year. New intentions, new energy, new intentions, setting the tone for your year. You're doing what's necessary for you, so start it right away. I say, like, we have January and February. March, you should be trying to put the pedal to the metal. April, still thing. May, you should be getting to seeing some results, pushing to June and July. So January and February started at the beginning, because still the beginning of the year, first start beginning of the year. This is where you should be able to reset your energy and set the tone for your year, starting on a clean space while still keeping everything that has happened to you as a reminder and as a stepping stone of like, okay, this will happen. It messed up in the process, but I'm still going to love and appreciate it because that helped me to now be able to reset and have a clean slate for what I have now that I want to fulfill on my canvas. So that also impacts with this. At the very beginning, before expectations pile up and before you slip back into old patterns, the best time to reset is when you're aware, not when you're already burnt out. Reset when you notice lingering heaviness from last year, uncertain about your direction or anxiety about what's ahead. Setting the tone early allows you to move through the year with intentions rather than considering playing catch up. A reset is not a delay, it's a foundation. Reset is not a delay, my friend. It's a foundation. You are setting the foundation for you. When you reset, it's not a delay. You are creating a new canvas, a new chapter, whatever the case may be you want to call it, for your life. And you're not behind. It's not a delay in your life. It's not a delay. It's something that you're willing to put in a new foundation for yourself. You're willing to put in new furnitures, whatever you want, new pictures, whatever, into however you want the logic to go into your life. Because like I mentioned too, started at the very beginning for this year. It's January, January, we're in January, and if you start in February, start it right away. But also do it before expectations pile up. Do it before all these things pile up, and before you slip into your old habits, like your old habits, patterns, whatever. Trust me, you're gonna slip up a little bit, but don't let it slip up too bad to the point where it's like you can't get out of it. So like the best time is to reset was when you're aware. And don't do it when you're already burnt out. That's one thing I cannot stand. I'm a victim of it. I never forget I got so burnt out that I was like, you know what, something gotta give. And now I'm using resources when I should have been used resources. The moment you catch that red flag, that ick, that feeling of, hold up, this ish ain't right, that's when you need to take control and be able to reset your energy for your new canvas, whatever the case may be, to set the tone for your new year. Trust me, mistakes are going to happen. Like, I got this quote on this meme on my phone. I wish I could show y'all. It was like, Eddie Murphy on it. I forgot what movie he was in. He was on the beach or whatever. And somebody was like, I'm starting my new beginning. He was like, that's all right. This is my 4th time beginning. Starting my new beginning. So if you have to keep starting over and over again to set the tone for yourself, that's okay. Because sometimes plan A might not work for us. You got to have plan B, plan C, plan D. Sometimes we got to or start all over again and add new stuff. It's okay, but do it right away, and don't do it when you have that moment you feel that burnout coming out, I finally got that piece off of there. When burnout or anxiety, those old anxiety feelings or those dippy downer feelings or people come in your life, change the moment, reset the moment for your canvas, whatever you want to call it, for your life. The moment your body or that little voice in your head, your intuition, that third eye, whatever you want to call it, tells you like, look, such and such, start over. It's okay. It's like even when you do homework. It's even when you start new projects, you have to start over until you are satisfied with what you want the results to be, as well as to students and people in the big professional world of stuff. When you have a project and a deadline, you start it as early as possible, and the earliest possible you started, you're able to check all the errors and keep going and making sure you're hitting every point that this person or this company wants you to hit. Trust me, for you to get the results that you want to get, so you won't be so stressed out and be so burnt out. And rely on the people that are there for you, and don't rely on the people that when you tell them something, they get a rise out of you doing bad. Rely on them people that's really there for you, them reasons in your life. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, even though I say people are here for you are your reasons, and the ones that are not here for you really are your seasons. Sometimes your seasonal people will turn into your reasons, and sometimes your reasons will turn into seasons. But most importantly, just pay attention to how the vibe is when you tell someone good things and bad things, and see how they align to it. But nevertheless, sometimes, like Beyonce said, it's me, myself, and I. Sometimes you gotta do, most of the time you have to just do for you, be your own best friend and stuff. But I want you to still have a village, because it takes a village to raise a child, to help you produce things, but also it helps you to produce things too. So, sometimes, like I used to say, I'm a one-man army ensemble like Old Dirty Bastard, but sometimes I can't always be a one-man ensemble, because sometimes I need the help. And make sure I'm getting help from people that really understand and is clicking on what I'm doing. So when it comes to when should you reset, the moment you feel as though you slipping into old patterns, things are getting piled up, don't do it when burnout hits, like everything is on your load, you can't control it. Do it the moment you feel that you about to burn out and you feel like things are about to pile up. Take that person, that thing out to reset. Because when you notice like the heaviness from what happened last year, you're uncertain about it, it's okay, because this is where you're able to have that direction. You are the director of this film in your life. You are the one that's setting the tone. And by you setting the tone early, you're allowing yourself to move through this year so good without you're being able to set the tone for this year so good with intentions, rather than to keep on having these constant plan of, oh, I gotta catch up because I'm mustard, like ketchup mustard. I'm looking real disgusting. No, you're able to reset. You able to reset, and the reset is not a delay, my friend. It's a foundation. Reset is not a delay. It's a foundation that you're making for yourself, but also how do you want things to be able within your life, because you are the one that's pouring in and setting in the new energy, the new intentions, as well as setting the boundaries for yourself, for setting the tone for your year to be the year you want it to be. Okay? And that also impacts with like, where does this matter, and which areas of life does setting the tone makes the biggest impact. I would say every area of your life is impacted with setting the tone, with making the biggest impact. However, for some people, it's mainly been relationships, the mental health, the spiritual, their professional aspect, or their personal life, within their mental, emotional, physical wellness, spiritual, and financial. It all depends on what area of your life. It could be all parts, 2, 3, 4, whatever the case may be. Whatever area in your life where this matters the most for you, this is for you to help you unfold, as well as to be understanding on why is this important and where does it matter the most. So setting the tone matters, most in your mindset, daily habits, boundaries, and self-talk. It shapes your approach, relationships, work, rest, and personal growth. When your energy is aligned, you communicate more clarity, you protect more clearly, protecting your energy more confidently, and making choices that support your wellness. Intentionally, it matters in how you speak to yourself and honor your needs. Extremely, it influences how you show up in every space you enter. So most importantly, not only does this impact with like, where does this matter the most, and which areas of your life was setting the tone, but it also impacts with everything impacting self, which was so crazy that I think it was Saturday on my podcast page, I had on the podcast page, I did an affirmation for the people that follow my podcast page, and I said, self-trust. The affirmation was about self-trust. And it was crazy when I was reflecting for myself. I was talking to myself. I'm like, I need to trust myself more. I need to have these conversations with myself more. I need to focus more on myself, because the more and more energy I pour into myself, I'll be able and comfortable to deal with in the real world when I'm dealing with others. But most importantly, when I do that, I'm being able to protect my peace at all costs. I'm being able to have that new energy pour in, have them new intentions be set, so I can set the tone for my new year. Going back to what I said, like for me, like what does the new energy really means for me for the new year? Being cool, calm, and collect, but also popping out, taking control, and being selfish. But most importantly, I have to be able to being able to know myself more inside than outside. Tapping into my inner self, that self-talk, that self-awareness, that everything is impacted with this when it comes to like, what does matters the most. And it's most definitely important within your mindset, because the way you move, the way you think, it impacts so much within your mindset that addresses your daily habits, your decision making, the boundaries, and most importantly, that self-talk. You have to have self-talk. Like I say, the mirror conversations, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 to an hour. Have them conversations with yourself to help you. Like, it's okay to talk to yourself, because sometimes you need to have that mirror conversation. Be like, look, sis, bro, whatever. We gotta lock in. Something not clicking, or I need to make sure that I'm able to take on this project, or I'm able to meet this person. I'm able to say, yes, I want to commit to this, things like that, and not having to feel like I am second guessing. That impacts with, being able to make these decisions, because as we are moving into 2026, this is the beginning of the process. We still got more months to go. We still have more days and months to go. You are being able to have that feeling of, I have that new energy. I'm putting that new intentions in, because I'm setting the tone for my year. And by me doing that, I'm being able to tap into myself more. talk to myself, do more things for myself, because it also helps me within how I approach my relationships, how my work life is, how I rest, how I give myself that proper rest, as well as how I see my personal growth. Just being able to have that mindset, the set of tone matters the most in my mindset, but also having a self-talk with myself, as well as having those daily habits and setting the boundaries for myself. I'm able to be like, look, this is the new energy, this is the new vibe, this is the new intentions that I'm setting for this year. And this is for me. It's not for anybody else to. Because this is for me to be happy, to be humble, to me to be extraordinary, to be all these things that I want, the goodness in it. So I'm gonna have to do it. I have to put the pedal to the metal, because when my energy is aligned, my communication is more clear and nobody's going to play with me. The more and more you stand up for yourself and you take control of how you feel, but you say it in the respectful way possible, you're standing up for yourself and you're setting the tone for your year. You're not letting nothing or nobody try you. You doing what's necessary for you, my friend. You putting in the forefront for you. You putting in the pulpit, because the more and more you protect your peace at all costs, you're being more confident and you're being more connected with yourself, and you're making more choices that supports with what you want for your well-being, as well as it matters in how you speak to yourself and honor your needs. The more and more we speak to ourselves, the more and more that we're meeting our needs, because the more and more we did that negative self-talk, we were not meeting our needs. But the more and more that we say, okay, I'm okay, sis or bro, something to give, I need to change this, or I need to work on this, the more and more you do that, you're honoring the needs before anyone say, oh, you need to get yourself together. You need to have a mirror conversation, all that with yourself. You need to have a reality check. No one can tell you that, because you'll be already on it, because you're setting the new energy, the new intentions to set the tone for your year. Just like that. When you're able to take control, it helps you to see, okay, I'm setting in my new energy. I'm having these new intentions to set the tone for my year. But not only are you doing it for yourself, you are influencing others around you. Because how you show up in a space, you're owning every space that you enter, my friend. I guarantee you this whole 2026, I don't care. You're owning every area you walk into. I don't care if you're the shortest person, the tallest, or the loudest, or not the loudest in the room. Your actions, your vibe, your aura, your energy speaks for itself, because the way you carry yourself and the way you handle your business, because you're setting the tone for yourself and you're doing everything that's necessary for you this year. You're taking over 2026, regardless of who like it or not. That's not for them, it's for you, because you never know how much of an impact you can put onto the people around you. So keep going and keep doing what's necessary for you, because this is where it helps you to understand that, okay, I got this. I just gotta put it to the metal. I just gotta put in that work. I gotta just do it like Nike, and don't let nothing or no one stop me in this process. And that impacts with, lastly, why is it important? Like, why is this important? Why is this important from you and me to have this new energy, this new intentions to set the tone for the new year? Why does the energy you choose now matters for the rest of the year? I'm gonna tell you why. Because it shows to see, are you ready for the challenge that you're putting yourself through? Are you ready and you really prepared for this challenge you're putting yourself through? Are you really ready? Are you really going to put in that work? Because the energy you start with often becomes the energy you repeat. So if you are putting in good energy, you're going to repeat it. You're going to repeat it. If you begin the year rushing, comparing, or overcommitting, those patterns will follow you. Choose new energy, allow you to break cycles that no longer serves you, and build habits that supports balance, growth, and peace. Setting intentions teach you that success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what aligns with you, with who you are becoming. This is how you rise into your next level with confidence and clarity. Simple. You are in control. You are the driver. I want you to get your foot off the gas. I want you to put your foot off the brake, put on the gas, and take off. All gas, no brakes this year. Because the vibe that you enter with this year, it will be repeating up until June, July. But if you're putting in the energy of rushing, comparing, or overcommitting to things, that's going to follow you. And that's going to have you so burnt out. And I know y'all probably like, damn, E, I did this last year or years before that, and that's why my year was not how it was, or something happened and I didn't have full control of it. Trust me, I know. Because you know why? I've been through it. I had those years. I did. And you know what? I had to say self, all them other people titles I have. We gotta show out at a different level. We gotta do what's necessary for years. If we gotta step away from social media and people for a while just to woosah and understand who we are, do that. To have those moments in our thoughts, do that. But don't take it too long, don't do it too long, get people worried or anything. But you gotta do what's necessary for you. So the energy that you pour out will be the energy that you'll be repeating throughout the year. So start off good so you can repeat it good. Yes, even in the process of us doing good, hiccups are going to come. But that's when you're able to catch that hiccup, get it together, and process it and do what's necessary for you, my friend. Things are going to happen. Bad times don't last forever. They don't. I promise you they don't. But it's the way how you are able to handle them so they don't last for eternity. So we have to be able to choose new energy to allow ourselves to break the cycles that no longer serves you and build hobbies and habits and all those good things that's going to pour into us to support our balance, our growth, as well as peace. Peace is everything. We want to grow. We want to see better things, and we want to have that balance in our life. We want to be steady. We don't want to be all over the place. We want to be steady to have that balance. That's like, okay, I got it. You don't want to be all over the place like a 7 hand motion. You don't want all that. You want a good scale. You want to be on a good scale alignment of steady. And you do not want to be stagnant. Stagnant, you just stand there. You're not doing nothing. So you have to break these cycles that no longer serve you, my friend, to help you be a better person. Because when you set these intentions for you to have this new energy to come in to set the new year, to set the tone for the new year, you're teaching yourself success that doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what aligns with you becoming a better you. So take this how you can and grasp it and love on it, because this is how you rise into your new level with confidence and clarity. Whatever energy and vibes you produce into the atmosphere for your life will be the same, will repeat. And you'll see the difference when it comes to June, July. Okay? And going back to the quote of the week, which is the quote of the week, quote of the day, whatever. Reset your energy. Reset your energy. Reside into alignment. The rest will follow. Reset your energy. Rise into alignment. The rest will follow. Okay? I thank you all so very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch or to listen to my big mouth. I really appreciate it a lot, y'all. Y'all don't understand how much that more and more that I give out these vibes, the more and more, not only am I teaching you guys, I'm teaching myself, because now I feel so light. I feel light from even just having this conversation. Because y'all, I ain't gonna lie, before I recorded stuff, I had a nap. I had some things going on, like you don't get no sleep and stuff. I had to do some things. So I'm just happy. I feel blessed, grateful, thankful for everything, because the more and more that I'm teaching you guys, I'm teaching myself. But my most important thing is me being able to teach someone that may not have been able to teach theirself or learn this from someone. So yeah, I really thank you guys for tapping in, because as we move into the new year, remember that you don't need to focus and force on a new start, or the first start. You're getting to choose one. Let your intentions guide your energy, your boundaries, and your peace. Rise gently. Reset often and trust yourself through the process. This year isn't about perfection. It's about alignment, growth, and becoming more rooted within who you truly are. So this year is about really finding you and understanding who you are and getting deeper into who you are, because you're the one that's in control of your new energy, your new intentions. But most importantly, you're setting the tone for how you want this year to go. And I know you can do it. I know you got this, like, you know what, after listening to you and stuff, now I understand what you're saying. And you know what? I I got this. You know, it may be hard. It may had me messed up in the process, but you know what? You gave me that confidence. And then that's what I say. Like, if I cannot help a lot of people, long as I can help someone, that makes me feel like I'm doing. I feel like a giant. Even though I'm sure I feel like a giant. Just me being able to influence and give people the tools that's necessary. And I understand how it is. Sometimes we have to learn these things for ourselves, or sometimes we have to hear some experiences and deal with some things just to understand what's going on. Okay? So, yes, I really do hope that you guys learned a lot from this episode. I really hope that you guys will take control, but also be able to understand what new energy, what new intentions do you want to set for this year, as well as overall just getting in tune and tapping into who you are and what do you want to happen for you this year. Because this year is all about you. You stepping out, you're setting the boundaries, you're taking control, you're popping out when it's necessary and being selfish, but most importantly, you're being able to take this leap of faith in learning who you are and doing things before they blow out of proportion, just doing things that you never done before, and also protecting your peace at all costs, and putting the boundaries of things out on there on the table for you. Okay, do what's necessary for you, my friend, because you got this. And I'm not gonna say I promise, I guarantee you that you will be able to look back at this episode or think about it months from now, when like we in June, months from now, you be like, dang, I really did change in a good way. And of course, I had some hiccups, but you know what? That didn't break me. That made me better. It made me better. And I'm so proud and thankful for who I am, and I'm gonna keep on going. And I know you can do it. Just keep on going. Have those affirmations. Make that playlist. Do the journaling. Touch grass. Go out in nature. Do what you need to do to help you also stay alive, stay afloat. Okay, you got this. So once I even a race, don't rush the process. Don't rush the process. Don't rush. Slow down. You know, let it happen. And when pain comes, dance it away, draw it away, sing it away. Do what's necessary for you to make sure that you don't stay in that zone of that frustration. Okay. So I thank you all so very much again. If you're new here, I thank you so much too. I hope you become an OG into the OGs. I thank you all so very much again. I love you all so very much. I really hope and pray that this year does nothing but numbers for you and give you all the blessings that you deserve, because you deserve it, my friend. I love you all so very much. You know, if you ever need me, please feel free to DM me or email me. You know, I'm here. I'm willing to connect and things like that. But most importantly, do what's necessary for you. Do it like it's your B-day every day, regardless if it's not your birthday. Do it every day. And until then, you guys will hear from me next Wednesday. And most importantly, please be safe out here and bundle up and take care of yourself, because it is flu and cold season as well. Okay? See you next time. Bye, guys.